Okay, I'm back. This is Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity. So I don't think any of these items they have qualify as good loot that I actually want to use for anything. And, oh, he has an arquebus though. It's always nice.
All right then.
Mace sword. Ooh, whoa! Wait a minute. Sun-touched mail of high and wrath. What the hell? That's going to involve reading, and it might even be something nice. Okay, so I did find one piece of legit loot, plus an arquebus, which I guess is always nice because those are. They don't exactly grow on trees. How many arquebi do I have now? See, I have no extra ones in the stash. Is there anybody? He's got one. She never ever uses this pike. I wonder if I should just give her an arquebus as a secondary weapon. Or him. He never uses his staff. I'm gonna give it to her to carry around, but I don't know if she'll actually use it. So we've got this new armor. The Sun-touched mail of Hiren Wrath. Looks pretty cool. It has Sunbeam in it. Grants Sunbeam. Minor Spellbind. Immune boost. So it has half the tick rate for poison and disease. And it lets you cast Sunbeam. Let's see what it looks like. Huh. Looks pretty cool, I guess, with that. Where's he at? With the shiny sun on your chest. And Sunbeam 3 times per rest. Sunbeam's not bad. It's burn, and it's also a very long duration blind. Calls down a shaft of intense sunlight, burning and potentially blinding enemies in the area of effect. And of course, his area of effect is mediocre because he doesn't have the greatest int, but on somebody with higher int, it could be pretty glorious. Let's see. Looks pretty cool on her, on the paladin. But the problem with it is its DR is quite low compared to quite low indeed. So I don't think I can justifiably put either of my main line tanks in this. Now Durance or Kana could theoretically wear it. It would probably be best on Kana because he has the highest like might and int for the Sunbeam. I really like Durance in this second chance armor because when he gets dropped, he gets to get back up once per encounter, or maybe it's just once per day, I don't know, but anyway, it's once in a while, which is pretty great for the healer. He looks silly in that armor anyway. Could give it to Kana, and he looks kind of pimping in it, but this armor he's wearing now has that nice extra AoE thing on it, plus it's going to slow him down a lot less. Definitely not giving it to either of my... Grieving Mother looks kind of badass wearing it, though. So does my character. But not giving it to them. The only person I'd realistically put in that is Kana. We'll see. I could put Grieving Mother in that leather that he's wearing, but let's read about it. The paladin, Hiren Wrath, came across a countryside village beset by ghouls and made it his life's work to rid the world of the undead. He believed that their very existence was a blasphemy against the gods and a scourge on all kith, and, having observed the creatures prowling by night and skulking in dark places, he fell prey to then common misconceptions about their nature. He had his order create armor that shone with the light of the sun, believing them vulnerable to daylight. Unfortunately, he tested his theory in the cleansing of a crowded vampire den, discovering too late that the light only alerted the creatures to his presence. Published research by animancers has since dispelled many of the dangerous myths surrounding the undead. So, Sunbeam thought he was going to fuck some undead up with it, instead just attracted them and obviously died. So this would be pretty good for him in terms of DR. He would make good use of the Sunbeam with a decent radius and some decent damage and duration. I mean, I should probably give this to him. Should probably give it to him. Maybe I'll take that hat off of him. We'll make him a little more serious. Oh, and he's got a sunburst on his cloak too, so he's kind of like sun guy. I think we will keep that armor on him. That means this armor is up for grabs for one of my other casters. Durance isn't going to wear it. My main character's not going to wear it because she does not need any additional recovery speed penalties. It doesn't really look that cool on her anyway. But I'll bet it'll look pretty good on Grieving Mother. Oh, not bad. And that'll give her a little bit more damage reduction, plus that extra AoE thing, which is not bad. And she has a high enough dex that she can go ahead and take the extra recovery speed penalty and it won't hurt her too much. So we're gonna put her in that. Yeah. Grieving Mother. So that robe can go away. I don't know if Kana's gonna wear this hat anymore.
On your word.
Yeah, he will. I want him to look kind of flamboyant and ridiculous. He's going to keep wearing it. Okay. Cool. So, it's got some new armor with a nice 3 times per day sunbeam on it. I like that. Grieving Mother got an upgrade. And we got an extra arquebus. Now then. The question is, we have a choice. We could take the scroll right back to Grimda and see what happens. Now, I don't know if there's still going to be attack on sight with me now or not. Be interesting to find out. Or we can take it to the Black Meadow and bury it in the Drake Skull like the mysterious voice wanted us to do, which we believe to be Wall, which is an actual god, so probably be a good idea to do what the god wants, but...
Eyes are peeled.
So it's an interesting choice. I kind of want to see what happens if we try to take it back to Grimda. Like, I want to see if they're still auto-aggro on us, because if they are, then obviously that's not the thing to do, and we might as well take it and bury it in the skull. But... yeah. So let's go... I'm going to go back to Copper Lane first. And then, you know... if I walk in to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries and they're automatically hostile again, I'm just gonna leave. Or, you know, reload the game. When was the last time I had a decent save? I just got an autosave when I entered town just now. This quick save was before I even fought them, I think. So I don't want that save. So this would be my save, but I need to actually, like, legitimately save so that I have something to reload if I... So I'll save right here. Okay, I don't need to be sneaking right now. What I need to do is open this up. Go here, click here. I used up my summons on that fight too. And several of Durance's spells, but he still has quite a few spells left.
Yeah.
Hey.
100. Alright.
Huh?
Let's see what happens if we go in here. Now we have the scroll to give them, so maybe they'll be cool. If not, fuck it, I'm gonna go bury it in the woods. No, they're not. They're hostile still. God damn it. Okay. Well, so much for them. So much for finding out what Grimda would like or not like. Load this. I'm gonna go bury the skull. Bury the scroll. Oh, I need to read the scroll too. I forgot. It has words. I was about to read it, and then I canceled the last, or ended the last episode and started a new one.
Adair, you have said you fought in the
All
Saints'
right,
War,
then.
but for which side?
The one that blew up my god.
I didn't mean anything by it. I imagine a man with a head made of fire and light would be very convincing.
Funny thing about Dear Woodens. With all that fire and light, they just treated him like another authority figure. Hey.
That is pretty interesting. Adair is an actual worshipper of Aethys, and yet he fought in the Saints' War on the side of the Deerwood, which means he fought against Saint Widwin and his army. So he was literally fighting against the person who everybody believed to be an incarnation of his own god. That's a conflict of interest there. Adair's an interesting fellow. All right, let's go. We're gonna go to the Black Meadow. Now, there is one problem here. Hopefully we can actually do this. The problem is there's this bounty creature and all of his followers that are now here that weren't here before, since I went to the Warden's Lodge and I accepted those bounty quests, and they're really, really hard. Like, oh, had to pay my people 300 copper. This is still happening. That's also still happening. So I paid my people. Still working on the forum for 4 more hours. Okay, so...
Time to see and not be seen.
So here's the problem. Where is the east facing the skull? Okay, there's one of the drakes, there's another one, and there's the other one. This is probably the east facing one here. Yeah, so now there's this extremely... Oh, there it is, too. Okay, cool. So I can do it, because it's in this close one. If it was one of those other skeletons, I might not be able to do it, because there's this extremely difficult fight here now with the... I don't know where it is. I can't remember. It seemed like it was just kind of in the middle of the map. Huh, there's multiple skulls, though. I remember pulling stuff out of that skull. Anyway, I don't think I can beat that thing, is what I'm saying. The Dweller. Because it's not only is it a really tough creature by itself, it also has a whole bunch of tough enemies with it. So, I don't think I can beat it right now until I'm higher level. But fortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to need to, because I can just do this right here. Now let me make sure I know what I'm doing. Return to Grimda. Hide the scroll, under the skull of the drake looking east. Now I'm going to assume that east is this way, just like a normal map. North at the top, then east over here, right? So if that's the case, then this is certainly the one that's looking east, because that one is looking west, and that one is looking kind of southwest. So this must be the correct skull. So first thing I'm going to do is read the scroll. Scroll of Wall. This ancient scroll is bound with silver thread. The broken wax seal is stamped with the shape of an eye. The scroll at first appears to be gibberish, a collection of symbols and characters with no apparent connection between them. As you study them, however, you could swear that the characters begin to move. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, they shift and crisscross and realign, and you are able to read the text. A simpleton seeks out a wise man, said to know the answer to every question. Please, says the simpleton. Why do I keep saying simpleman when it's clearly simpleton? Please, says the simpleton. You have to help me. The world terrifies me. I wake each morning and I don't know why. I make choices each day and I don't know what will happen as a result. I go to sleep each night and I don't know whether it will be my last. When the simpleton finishes, he notices that the wise man is weeping. The simpleton apologizes profusely and asks the wise man what he has said to upset him. The wise man shakes his head and wipes the tears from his eyes. He answers, "Some people have all the luck." Oh, that's good. I like that. Because the wise man doesn't have these problems. He does know all of these things, and the knowing is not a good thing. He wishes he could be simple like the simpleton and not know the things he knows and not have the deep thoughts that he has and simply go through life not knowing. That's I like that a lot, actually. That's cool. Okay. Wait, what? Modred's trunk key. Don't know. Oh yeah, that's for that one quest. I don't remember what this geological map is for. I have a bunch of other keys. Alright, well, here we go. This drake skull faces east. The soil underneath is soft and moist. Bury the scroll of wall. As you cover the ancient scroll with the last handful of soil, the shifting voice speaks in your head once more. Well done, Watcher! And party's lost an item. Well done, Watcher. No XP, huh? And like, that's it. I can't dig it up now. It's buried, that's all. So now it wants me to return to Grimda. I buried the scroll well wished. Grimda will want to know what happened to it, but I'm not sure how she'll take this information. The problem is when I go in there, they're just going to be automatically hostile, and I'm not going to get to complete the quest. That irritates me. That irritates me very much.
Time to see and not be seen.
That is not a very nice bug. Just a second. One moment. Just a second. Just looking at some forums really fast. See if this is in fact a bug, if anybody knows about it. Maybe there's a console command to set the faction non-hostile to me or something. Because I don't think it's supposed to be that way. It doesn't make any sense. Other people, many other people on the Pillars of Eternity forum are reporting this same issue. I'm not pleased about it. Somebody says, I found a workaround. If you put your party into sneak mode before you enter the Hall of Revealed Mysteries, and no one will be hostile towards you. You have to do this every time. I'll try that, but I thought I already was. There is a console command that can set Grim to unhostile, but then if you use it you have to enable the cheats, which disables your achievements, which I would prefer not to do, ideally. Well, let me try that, the going in stealth thing, and let's see if it does me any good. Yay, the internet. Wait, I'm having serious issues now with my Windows. Not my actual Windows as in my operating system, but the actual windows on my screen. They're not behaving the way I want them to behave. Okay, we buried the thing. One way or another, we've got to go back to town. 1 day, 14 hours, 15 minutes. That is a lot of journeying back and forth. My people are probably pretty tired by now. That's me crunching some ice.
I'd say it's time to get a campfire going and let's sleep.
We got along how brothers do. He used to throw water on me to wake me up in the morning. I used to fill his boots with stinging ants.
My own brothers and sisters are doing very well for themselves, back in Takoa. I don't know that they'd search for me if I were killed so far from home.
Brothers can be funny. I bet you'd be surprised how far they'd go.
Little talk between Kana and Adair. Now, I believe Adair's brother was killed in the Saints' War. I think he told us that before. And Kana has an interesting relationship with his siblings. They don't really approve of him. Yeah, my people are tired, which I don't blame them. We just traveled for like 2.5 days back and forth to the Black Meadow. Some stuff happened with my stronghold as well. It looks like he was rescued, okay? Haravius rescued Lord Sidrock, but then he was kidnapped again. Man, somebody really wants him. So Aloth is still assigned. Let's, I'm not going to pay 2,500 to get him. Let me send another rescue. Should I send my rogue? I'll send my rogue. Actually, no, I'll send Haravius again. I don't know if he gets XP for that or how that works, but I'll send him again. He can get it done. Meanwhile, my forum just finished, right? So I can build something new. I now have most of the things. I don't have woodland trails. I don't have training grounds. I don't have a chapel. And I don't have the south and west curtain walls. which give you a lot of protection. I'm going to get the Woodland Trails next. Surround the domain of your keep. Upgrading them will grant both a Constitution and Athletics bonus when resting at Bright Hollow. Also 1 Prestige and 2 Security, which is good. So, Woodland Trails, go. Let's make sure that actually took. Okay, finished in 3 days. Great. So, what I'm going to do first, doesn't look like there's anything new there. I'm going to go and rest at the Goose and Fox.
Well met, friend.
Says the same thing as usual. Actually, do I need to buy anything? I guess I'm good on camping supplies. Oh yeah, I sold them all these Zorup spears and shields and bows and stuff. He has a dog for sale. This small yellow dog seems singularly happy to accompany you, panting merrily as it lopes beside you. And I like yellow labs a lot. I remember Adair said, could we get another dog? So I wonder if I buy this dog and have it around, if Adair will say something about it. Well, it's only 150 copper. What the hell? Let's buy this dog. And let's sell some stuff. Don't know if I should sell that pistol. For now, I think I won't. Actually, I will. Pistols are worth a lot of money. Wow. Okay. How many fine robes am I holding? I've got at least a couple up there, so I can sell this one. Fine brigandine. Should probably just sell that. Acorn Helm and Great Helm can go. I have a lot of grain. Amber waves of it, even. Black Hound sitting there looking all lonely in my bags. Three different part 2s of this book. Okay. And of course I don't sell any ingredients. Look how many Zorup tongues I have. I have 50 of them. I wonder what you make from Zorup tongues. I have quite a bit of Adra as well, and Bloodstones. And Awakened Wood. Awakened Wood. Just... wow. Take all this junk I don't want and give me a dog, please, and some money. And then we'll grab a room. We'll stay in the Fletcher's Stay again. Apparently we have a crazy dream about pillars. One might call them pillars of eternity. Alright. Now that I have this dog, let's bust him out. Aw, look at my little yellow lab. He's a good little guy. Yellow labs are such good dogs. I say they make one of the very best pet dogs for, you know, just about every purpose, really. You can't go wrong with a yellow lab. Any lab, of course. I mean, chocolate labs are great also. Okay. Alright, let's get out of here. Crunch, crunch, crunch on some ice. A little bit of ice left in my bottle here. Okay. Come on, dog. Alright, so now I'm going to go back to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. And I guess... I mean, if they won't receive me now that I completed that quest, I don't know, you know? I guess I'll have to go in there and just kill everyone. Or I could just choose not to go inside at all, but that doesn't really seem very satisfying.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
So we'll get fully de-stealth, de-detected. De-detected? Did I really just say de-detected? Undetected? That makes more sense. Mostly because it's an actual word. Alright, in we go. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Hey, I think it worked. Look, they're not hostile. That's amazing. Thank you, guy on the forums who wrote that. I just got XP for entering. That's cool. So, Parable of Wall wants me to return to Grimda and let her know what I did. The other one, Theorems of Pangram, Elder Archives lie behind more locked doors. Okay. Now that I'm actually in here, I'm gonna quick save. And let's talk to Fexa. See, I don't think there's anything new here. It didn't really answer my question. She sighs and rolls her eyes. Yes, it is a library of sorts. Temples dedicated to Wall tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Anything else? Alright, okay. This is all... I'm a scrivener. This is all stuff we've read before.
Time to see and not be seen.
So... handle the books gently, please. May the 100 visions be revealed to you. That is a shiny... clean floor there. Alright. Where is she? Cool, and she's also not hostile. Fantastic. So now I can talk to her about both quests. They're not attacking me. I don't have to butcher everyone here and lose all that reputation and close myself out of possible future content. That makes me happy. Makes me happy. I didn't even have to cheat and use any console commands or anything. Apparently it's just a bug. They're not supposed to all go hostile when you first come in. It happens if you've been in the archives before you get that quest. And then when you come back in, they get hostile, but it's not supposed to happen. It'll probably be fixed in a future patch. Temu, 1982. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. You say this is a massive game. The times I failed and died. Oh my. Yeah, I've failed and died quite a few times myself. My most ignominious death was against a stag. A single stag. When my characters were level 2, and all I had was main character, Adair, Durance, and Aloth, I attacked a stag in the Black Meadow. A single stag by itself, just roaming around, and it killed us. All of us. It wiped my whole party. So that was a rude awakening for me to the fun and excitement that is Path of the Damned. I'm going to talk to Grimda now.
Gods keep you.
Grimda glances down her spectacles. Ever inquisitive, I see. Let's start with the thing she's going to like. Well, she's probably not going to like that, actually. We'll see. I found the scroll, but Wal asked me to hide it again. Honest too. Oh, good, because I've been so honest, she's actually going to believe me. She gives you a long, stern look. I'd call anyone else a liar with a story like that, but coming from you... She squints behind her thick spectacles. There is a certain logic, after all. And if you've served well, then you've served me too. Defiance Bay, minor positive. Yay, that's so much better than having to kill everyone. She presents you with a folded section of fabric. Wall is both a keeper and a discoverer of secrets. May this hood aid you in revealing what is obscured and keep you hidden from those who wish you harm. That sounds really good. Whatever that is, I like it. You find a key in your palm. You are also free to visit the Elder Archives and take whatever books or scrolls you find in the open. I already did that. Spreading and circulating new mysteries is part of our service to the obscured. What else do you need? Farewell for now. Cool. So, I got a bunch of XP. Boom. I got a footpad's hood and a key to the Elder Archive. And that quest is done. I'm so happy. I followed Wall's cryptic instructions and buried the scroll in the Black Meadow. Grimda understood this as the will of Wall and was pleased. But see, she only believed me because I've been honest so much and have that honest reputation. Otherwise, she probably would have been like, no, you're lying, shut up. Temo1982 says, I know, I had saved up to a crew from the tavern in the Tree Town and felt hardcore. Man, was I taught otherwise. Yeah, I haven't been to the Tree Town yet. I haven't actually really gotten that far in the game, despite the fact that I've played a lot. I mean, obviously I've done all this beginning stuff, but I haven't been anywhere over here. I mean, I stopped in at Deerford Village and just picked up Grieving Mother, but I haven't been over here to Twin Elms or any of the other stuff that's over in this area at all yet. I'm still on Chapter 2, or Act 2, or whatever you call it. So, quest complete. I received a key to the Elder Archive. This iron key is tarnished and dinged from extensive use. And I also received a footpad's hood. +2 stealth and +1 perception. That's awesome. These plain dark hoods are deceptively powerful, enchanted with charms against detection and spells to heighten one's senses in darkness. As a result, the hoods have become primarily associated with thieves and cut purses, to whom these enchantments are of particular benefit. Nice. Oh, and I no longer have a perception bonus because I'm no longer wearing that, so that'll give me pure perception, which I don't have to worry about it not stacking. And +2 stealth would be awesome. That'll make my stealth a 7. Oh, maybe so much better. Oh, and it looks like a hood, which is cool because that's what I was wearing with her anyway. Because she's got the hood on her. So it doesn't look stupid. Oh, I'm really happy right now. That is an excellent find for my main character. Now she's got a 19 perception. Now she's got 7 stealth. Now she's wearing a hood again, like in her picture. So cool. Man, that is so... See, if I would have just killed her, she didn't have that on her. You have to complete the quest to get that. So I wouldn't have gotten that if I hadn't gone out and done the other thing first. I'm so glad I loaded the game and did that, instead of just going with the slaughter everyone outcome. Footpad's hood. Up to no good. I'm not going to be missing any dialogue options anytime soon. Which is pretty cool. Okay, now then. Oh, that tree town. You meant the first town you went to with the hanging people. Right, that's Gilded Vale. Okay. Yeah. Oh, because you hired some people at the tavern there is what you're saying. You hired some adventurers. Yeah, I did that too when I first got there. Well, I hired one. I hired a rogue. That tree town. I thought you meant Twin Elms, which is the second city in the game, which actually involves, like, huge trees or whatever. Okay, which I haven't been to. Great. I'm really excited about that hood. That makes me happy. And I have a cute little yellow dog now. Next order of business. is to talk to her about this other quest. Because she said I could go into the archives and take anything that was out in the open, which is, you know, not the thing in the chest. I think they're all saying stuff that they've said before. I wonder if I'm allowed to take... I'm still not allowed to steal stuff off these shelves, apparently. But I already read these books, even though I didn't take them. Let's see what the... See, I mean, there's literally a sign. In the questing, it was like, find the hidden secret archives. Hidden? There's literally a sign! No entry into the archives without Grimda's permission. Well, I have permission now. Thanks, though. Oh. What just happened? The letters of Agamunda the Wise. I'm not normally one to condone theft, Seraphina, but... Oh, I see. We gained XP for just getting in here. And then Kana's like, he wants to get him some letters of Agamunda the Wise. So we're allowed to go in, we're allowed to take anything that's out in the open, which I already stole everything that was here that was out in the open. The problem is this. This chest right here.
Quietly.
You see, it has a trap on it.
Eh?
Oh, I think last time I was here I couldn't detect the trap. And now I can, because my mechanics is 1 higher. So that's cool. Thank you for the host, Jen. I just saw that you were hosting me. I don't know if you're actually watching the stream or not, but thanks for the host, Augia. I don't know how to pronounce your actual Twitch name, so that's why I always just call you Jen, because I don't... Augia? You've said it before, but I don't remember the correct pronunciation. Thanks, though. So, I don't think I can disarm this. I don't even think I should try, but I will try. After preserving my world state through the magical power of the Sands of Time, also known as quick save.
There, done.
Okay, see, I can't disarm it. I knew this trap was going to be a little bit hard for me because I couldn't even detect it before. So, and I know that if I trigger it, it alerts everybody and they come running, and then I have to butcher all the scriveners and shit again, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to go try to talk to her, and maybe I can talk her into giving me the book. I doubt it, but I'm going to try to talk to her anyway. Disarm it. Augia? I pronounced it fine? Augia? Augia? Augia. 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 Okay. Augia is what I'm going with. I'm just going to call you Jen, though, because that's pretty easy to pronounce. Alright, let's talk to Grimda here.
Good day to you.
An animancer named Nedin asked me to retrieve the theorems of Pangram from the Elder Archives. Which, like, I don't even think that's a good idea. Like, I don't even think I should give her the theorems of Pangram. I just, you know, I have a quest and everything. I have a quest. Grimda's impressive frown deepens. Thank you for letting... Oh, that's not her voice, that's my voice. Thank you for letting me know. I'll be sure to tuck that tome away from prying eyes and see that this Nedden never sets foot in here again. In the meantime, here, a token of our appreciation. Oh, perfect. So it's another way to resolve the quest. I get to not do the thing I didn't think I wanted to do morally. I get the reputation and gold reward and XP for solving the quest. And I make the wall people happier with me. That's perfect, actually. That's great. Oh, Kana, quit crying. Is this what we wanted? To see her barred entirely? It seems a fearsome price to pay. Knowledge dangled just out of reach makes a tempting prize for any soul. Okay, Kana. Rest your shit, shark mouth. What else do you need? Farewell. Excellent. Quest completed. I got 200 copper. Got some more XP. I got some more Defiance Bay rep. They're starting to like me a little bit. Faintly good ally. And I got a quest complete. Theorems of Pangram. I informed Grimda of Neden's interest in the Theorems of Pangram. Grimda thanked me for warning her and has taken measures to protect the book from any further attempts. She rewarded me for my honesty.
Good day to you.
Grimda glances down her spectacles. Ever inquisitive, I see. I don't think she has anything new to say. I don't remember her saying this before. I am the High Archivist of the whole of Revealed Mysteries. She coughs loudly into her fist. And I am too old and too busy to be bothered with inane questions. Inane questions? Let's see, I think I've already asked about... Okay, yeah, I've already asked that stuff. So, quest complete. I'll bet that Animancer's going to be mad at me, but I don't really care because screw Animancers. Probably going to end up killing all of the Animancers at the place anyway. Now, what happens with this chest now?
I shall be quiet as a
Is
calm
it still...
sea.
Oh, it's not
Which
even
is
interactable
not
anymore.
very quiet.
So there's no longer even anything in that chest. Which is unfortunate, because I could have gotten XP for disarming the trap and picking the lock, but since I wasn't skilled enough to do it yet... That happy dude would get on my nerves. You mean Connor? Yeah, he's...
On your word.
He's pretty funny. He's so good, though. The Chanters are so good. He's just... I mean, it's just an awesome class, and he can really do such good things.
Following your lead.
He's an interesting guy. He's...
On your word.
I've got him in that big goofy hat.
Yes? Yes, my friend?
Do you know anything about this place? Copper Lane? Oh, we've already heard this before. Yeah, we've heard him say that before.
It's good to be on the road again. A wanderlust is nothing rare in the people of Rawatai, but often I think myself alone in loving the land as much as the sea. What shall we see next, I wonder?
He's such a big goofy bard. Okay. Animancer's Heart. What do you mean Animancer's Heart?
Alright then.
Animancers
Eyes
suck.
are peeled.
Let me show you what Animancers do, okay? Animancers take normal children and they turn them into this. That's what Animancers do. They make these. Children were born without souls, and the Animancers are like, lol, let's put animal souls in them and see what happens. And then they did, and now there's like some, I think it said tens of thousands of these that they did this to, running around in packs, killing people, eating their parents, eating everybody, going crazy. Fuck a bunch of Animancers. I'm going to rough them up. Look, I got a new dog. I got this yellow lab. A new little pet. For some reason, the guy at the tavern had it for sale. And I liberated it. Well, they didn't have any souls before. Well, yeah, but they also weren't ravening monsters that were killing everybody before. So there was, you know, kind of a... That's not an upside. So it was a gift. I don't think you have... That's not... No, it's not okay. Bad. Alright. I'm so glad I didn't have to slaughter everybody in the place. You should see what Grimda keeps in the back. Yeah, I know, I've seen it. Thanks. I'm in the inner circle, yo. Don't even talk to me about your scrub shit. Okay. Now then. That's a couple of quests down. Man, I have faced a lot of different kinds of things. Look at my bestiary, it's very full. Nothing new has ever appeared in the lore, though. Just the stuff that was in there in the beginning. Same with the locations. Okay. Okay, nothing new there. So, I have, of course, the main quest. Now, I have so many quests. Confront Kolthegig in Andra's Gift. You know, I'm curious. Do I still have that book I had a book of... I accidentally sold some of my books. I didn't mean to. I was trying to keep all the books, and I had extras of certain ones, and I was trying to just sell the extra copies, but I accidentally sold the whole stacks. So I sold a bunch of my books, so they're gone now. Well, that one merchant still has them all. I don't remember which merchant now, but one of them does. It's one of these guys over here, I think. Who has my books? Who has my books? An unfortunate... Oh no! An unfortunate mishap! A young lad has lost several fingers whilst toying with a sharpened blade. Let this be a cautionary tale to those with little ones at home. Perhaps a wooden sword is a wiser gift. I did that! That's my bad. I'm the one that gave that kid the knife. Oh shit. He's lost several fingers. Well, I thought it would be okay. He seemed like a competent kid. I thought he could handle it. Oh no. I feel terrible. Am I gonna run into this kid later and he's gonna have his like mangled hand? And he's gonna be all like, "You killed my dog, you dirty rangers." That's a reference to a very old game. This game needs buyback tab and item sorting bad. Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to sell the books. I just had extras, and I was going to sell my extras. Laura, do you have my books? Is the first thing we need to know. Yeah, like item sorting for real, because it has these stupid things, but these do not help. Because I'm like, hey, let me see all the armor. And it's like, lol, here you can still see every damn thing. It's just the icons for the armor are going to be the only ones lit up. That doesn't really help me, because I still got to scroll through all this other bullshit. You know what I mean? Oh, this is the person I sold my books to, I think. Or at least some of them. I sold some of my extra books to this person. This is the book I was looking for. A Deer in Dialects. It had some, like, how you pronounce some of their random nonsense. CG sounds like the J end of a word like hedge. Right? So sledge is actually pronounced like sledge. So now that I know that, I can now know that you actually pronounce this Kolfedge instead of Kolfegg. So I need to confront Kolfedge in Andra's gift. Kolfedge. Here's what I'm hoping, because certainly I don't want to do what the Dominels want. Fuck them. I'm going to end up killing them anyway. I'm hoping I can go to him and, like, warn him and be like, hey, they're after you. Get out of town. Here's some money. I'll help you out because I'm a good guy. Or I'm a good lady. I'm a good person. I know. Let me see. Do you have my other books? Oh, yeah. You have all these awesome traps, though. Expensive, though. Narmer. I know he's not the guy with my books. He just has food and stuff. Igrin, this is the guy I bought the dagger from to give to the little boy who has now subsequently lost several fingers. Fuck. Temo1982 says, well, I think there was some fine-tuning needed for this game, but overall I for one enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, I mean, it has a few minor bugs and, like, design UI issues that could be a little bit better, but considering that it was kickstarted, that it didn't have a publisher, that it was entirely funded by just a Kickstarter campaign, it's really, really, really good. It's big. It has tons and tons of lore that they all invented. This isn't based on a prior IP. They invented this whole world, all the lore, all the history, the gods, everything, just for this game. You know, and it has a lot of content, and it has excellent writing in the dialogues and stuff. Very extensive dialogues. Great music. You know, the combat system is fun. Because they designed all that too. They designed a whole new combat system. Whole new classes with abilities and everything. It's not just based on D&D like the old, you know, the old Infinity Engine games. Yeah, I think what they need is more QA. I read on the forums not long ago. I was in the little backer beta, and they, you know, they let the backers, the backers who gave enough to unlock the beta tier or whatever. They let them play this little backer beta, but it was this tiny, tiny, tiny little part of the game. that was like detached from the main plot, and also they took some characters out of that area so that they wouldn't spoil any like important story stuff. But it was just this tiny little part of the game that they let them test. And I remember one of the Obsidian people posted on their forums that they only had like something like 7 or 8 or 9, I can't remember. It was somewhere between 7 and 9, I think. That was the entire size of their actual internal QA team. So they had fewer than 10 testers on their... So, I mean, that's not very much QA. If they're not going to let people test the game widely, and they have such a tiny... I mean, and they didn't outsource QA to anyone else, because they didn't have a big publisher and a big budget so that they could do that. So I think they miss a lot of these bugs and stuff because they just don't have... They just didn't have a big QA department, you know? Which maybe that's something they'll learn from for their next game. We'll see. But even with the few little bugs and stuff, the game actually is very smooth. It runs really good. I've had very few problems with it. And it's awesome. So anyway, I think this is the guy that I saw. I should buy that blunderbuss. I should just... Oh yeah, see? This guy has tons of books. I had all these books, and I accidentally sold them all to him. I'll take those lockpicks while we're here. But I've read, of course, all of these out loud, plus all the ones that other guy had, plus all the ones I'm carrying around. It's pretty nice. Very nice, actually. Still really expensive, though. I feel like I should buy this... no. I feel like I should buy this blunderbuss for one of my... I think I'm going to. For one of my ciphers. I want to see if it still works the way it's supposed to. On the other hand, it might not. Maybe I won't right now. I'll save my money. I'm going to need it. Okay. Anyway, quest complete. We're sneaking around the marketplace. They're like, we can totally see you, you know. It has lesser important bugs as I've experienced in many AAA. Yeah, exactly. And I didn't think any of the bugs that it had were like really game-breaking, like you can't play or you can't progress kind of bugs anyway. They're more minor annoyance sort of things. And they have patched it like a couple of times already, and I think they've ironed out a lot of the bugs that even were there, so they're doing good. Welcome to the stream, by the way, G Gamer. Thanks for coming. So, what am I doing? Is the question here? What am I even doing? Gotta go to the Salty Mast. Gotta go to the Sanitarium. Gotta go to the Barracks of the Crucible Knights for that. Gotta go to the Valian Embassy. These are just like companion quests that I can't really do anything about right now. I could go do another level of my Endless Paths, but I think I'll wait. I'll do a little bit more of the city before I go do that, because I kind of got my ass kicked in the last level of it that I did. Oh yeah, go to the records archive in the Ducal Palace for Adair. Temple of Wotica is where I need to go for my main story mission. That's in First Fires here, but I'm gonna do that like kind of last. So then, what about these other little things? None of the bounties, I can't do those yet, they're all too hard. Ancient Sword I can't do yet, that's down in the Endless Paths. So I could go confront Colfedge, or I could go into the Sanitarium. Kind of thinking I'll go into the Sanitarium next. So let's see, let's get to an exit from the district. Some of your favorite games from back in the day were buggy as crap too. Yeah, exactly, Jen. Like, I remember back in the days when there were no patches. This was, you know, there wasn't an internet. there wasn't, or the internet was in a very vestigial form. That's probably not, that's not the word I want. A very undeveloped, there's a word I'm looking for. It's the nascent internet, but that's also not the word I'm looking for. Well, in any case, it was very undeveloped. You know, it didn't, most companies didn't even have websites and stuff. Primitive, yeah, primitive works. Still not the word I was actually thinking of, but that does work. Anyway, point is, you couldn't get patches. You bought a game and that was it. If it had bugs, you just lived with those bugs because there was never going to be a patch. And that was for a long time for me because I'm an old guy. So this modern era where every game that comes out is, it's buggy, but you pretty much always know you're going to get patches. At least a couple of patches for any game that comes out that are going to fix the glaring problems, which is pretty cool. I don't know why I'm standing here in front of this commoner like he's important. Catacombs aren't safe. I know, I've been down there. Kind of got my ass kicked. Wait, what is this place? Oh, this is Lumdala's house. I can't get in there. Or I can. Apparently. I thought the last time I came to this house, it was like, you can't get in because you need a specific key.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
Wait, have I been in here? Oh, hey, cool. Hey, cool.
Hey?
I remember
Sure.
the last time I came in here. Now I remember I have been in here. And I looked at this painting, right? And it says, this painting depicts the famous scene from The Light of Dawn in which the traveler and the ghost happen upon a starving man, right? And I saw that, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means. But remember now, if you've been watching my stream for several hours now today, a little while ago I read the two books, and they were part 1 and part 2 of a play called The Light of Dawn. And I read that play, and that's what it's talking about. I know exactly what scene it's talking about because I just read that play a little bit ago. That's so cool. Of course, you can't really see because you can't zoom in enough, and even if you could, everything would get all pixelized because you're not supposed to. Like, there is a certain view distance that this game was designed for, and like, oh, that's right, there is a door here that I couldn't get through without a certain key.
Eh?
It's this
Got it.
one. Unlocking this will require, okay, that's right. I didn't even think I could get into the house, but I can. I just can't get through that certain door. Okay, got it. Timo 1982, in the Amiga days, Josiah, there were no internet. Yeah, I remember the Amiga days. I didn't have an Amiga. I had a Commodore 64, which was really not a good computer at all. But I played a lot of games on that thing before I ever got a PC of any sort. I mean, I had that Commodore and played games on it for years. I wished I had an Amiga. Amiga was like, oh man, if you have an Amiga, you can have all these awesome graphics with, like, you know, 16 colors and stuff. It was like, wow, VGA graphics. People that have Amigas are just living it up with their fancy games. But yeah, I am that old. Yeah, I had a C64 for a long time. Then I finally got a PC, a really, really crappy PC. It was a 386, and it was like the worst kind of 386 there was. I can't remember what the exact specifications on it was. And that was around 1990, I don't know. It was in the early 90s is when it was. And that was the first PC I ever had. And there still was no internet to speak of then. Your dad had one of those. He sat you in front of it and gave you things to play. I think he regrets it now. Yeah, well, I loved my computer when I was a kid. Because I was just a loner. I didn't have any friends as a kid. And all I did was read books and play on my little crappy Commodore 64 computer. And that was it. That's what I did all the time. Because all the other kids hated me. Yeah. Okay. So we're back here in Brackenberry. I think we're gonna go to the sanitarium. I could check out Hadrit House because I'm pretty sure that's the like I said before, I'm pretty sure that is the headquarters of Dunreed Row, which is kind of like the secret police, Scotland Yard, like mind mage investigation, CIA kind of organization of this like kingdom or whatever.
Hello.
I read a book about them. I don't have it anymore because I accidentally sold it to that merchant, but... You bought your first PC, a Pentium, 100 megahertz, and that must have been in like 95. Yeah, see, a Pentium at the time for me was like amazing. Like, oh my god, a Pentium. That was like the godlike computer. I wished I had a Pentium. And I had a 386 instead, which was like 2 generations of processor, you know, older than a Pentium, basically. Yeah, I talk about it sometimes. I joke about it with my friends. Like, my first hard drive that I ever bought was 50 megabytes. A 50 megabyte hard drive. And it was like $300 or something for 50 megabytes. And it seemed like a pretty big hard drive at the time. Like, wow, 50 megabytes, that's a lot. And I remember when a 1 gigabyte hard drive came out on the market for the first time, and everyone thought it was ludicrous. Like, we made fun of it. We laughed and joked. We're like, 1 gigabyte? What the fuck? Who the hell would ever need that much space? You could store, like, the entirety of human knowledge on 1 gigabyte. Who could ever need a gigabyte? That's absurd, right? Like, we just thought a gigabyte was like the most insanely gigantic amount of storage space ever. Like, nobody would buy a 1 gigabyte hard drive unless you were just being ridiculous, right? And now, of course, a gigabyte is nothing. I have like single video files or music files and stuff that I might not have any music files that are a gigabyte, but I have single video files that are multiple gigabytes. And, you know, I have something like 6 terabytes of hard drive space on my computer now. So a gigabyte is nothing, but at the time, man, a gigabyte was like, it was like you could basically store all knowledge that mankind would ever have on a gigabyte. The marble at the base has been worn through by the passage of hundreds of feet. Really? Worn smooth by the passage of hundreds of feet on the base of this. That's interesting. So this is obviously Dunreed Row, because those guys say Dunreed Agent, Dunreed. I'm assuming they're not going to attack me for being in here, because this is like a government agency. Well, they got like a pretty pimpin' design here. I like the way their floor is. That looks nice. Their color scheme and everything. So I can go upstairs, some nice staircases here. They don't seem to be reacting to my presence, so... let me talk to these guys. Adred House, got some XP. Real quick, I'm curious, I've been getting XP from all these quests. How am I doing? Okay, I actually gained quite a big chunk from completing those 2 or 3 quests. A big chunk towards level 7, so that's nice. Curran's wasting his time with those disappearances. Okay, I don't know who Curran is. Lady Webb is in charge of Hadred House, but she rarely deals with anyone personally. That's right, I remember reading about her. She's like this mysterious figure that's running this place. It's apparently been around for a very long time. There are no secrets in Defiance Bay, not while we're around. Is that right? Okay, what about you? Lady Webb is in charge of... Oh, we already know that. We already know that. Don't say the same thing he said. You're saying the same thing he said, though. One more time. You get one more chance to say something unique. Nope, screw you then. I remember when 1 gig was like the thing, yeah. You remember telling your mom that never fill up that 2 gig drive. No kidding, right? And like, even like RAM, you know, my first computer was a Commodore 64, which means it had 64K of RAM. 64K kilobytes! Okay, I mean, my current computer has 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is, you know, the difference between kilobytes and gigabytes is many orders of magnitude. Because I think it's like 1,000 kilobytes-ish. It's not exactly 1,000. Like 1,000 kilobytes-ish to a megabyte, and 1,000 megabytes-ish to a gigabyte, right? So that's like millions of times the amount of RAM. Literally millions of times the amount of RAM. That's insane how far it's come in, I guess, a relatively short period of time. A link! Yes, I'm certain of it! Look at this little gnomey looking guy. I mean, he's an Orlan, but still. Oh, he must be in charge, huh? Kind of, because they were mentioning him as if he were. Okay. I see that hand is red. You don't want me to take what's on that table, and I'm not a fan of your stinginess, sirs and or madamses. No secrets in Defiance Bay. Yeah. This map shows the environs surrounding Defiance Bay. Flags mark strategic access point to the city. That's a pretty cool looking map. Strategic access points, right. So I think this organization is kind of like some kind of cross between their secret police and like their intelligence agency and like their investigative agency. Like all rolled into one, maybe. Oh, I'm stealing their cheese. Believe that. All your cheese. I'm taking it. I got your cheese. You guys are the worst investigators ever. I just walked right in here and stole your cheese. Some of these vintages are even older than Defiance Bay. Cool. Okay. Well, all I know is I stole some Dunreed Row cheese, and they didn't do anything to stop me. I like the look at the detail of some of these props and stuff they have in here. It looks nice. This they could probably use for some tidying up in here, though. Just saying. The scrolls are wedged tightly in the shelves. Each has a name scrawled along the outside. Oh, these are their, like, files on people, I guess. Okay, we've heard that. Ooh, have I read that book? The Edder Empire. Oh, yeah, I've read the whole Edder Empire series. So I have read that one. I would like to steal those things, but unfortunately, Curran here is cock-blocking me. I'm going to talk to him in a second. Anything new? No? No? Okay. I certainly don't want to make these people mad, because they're pretty important, and I'll bet I'll get some good quests from them, or at least a good quest. Either these notes are written in code, or the author's handwriting is atrocious. You know, or both. I still have essays from school laying around on those floppies. Oh yeah, floppy disks, man. And then, like, right before they came out with CD-ROMs, but games were getting more complicated, you'd get a game and it would come on like 12 or 16 floppy disks, you know? And when you wanted to install it, you had to put every single one of those in. Or even on my C64, it didn't even have a hard drive. You couldn't install programs. You had to run everything directly off of floppies. So if you're playing a game, you'd be playing and all of a sudden the game would just stop and be like, insert disk 11, insert disk 7. And you'd have to stop and put in a different disk to keep playing. And it was like constantly making you switch discs on some of those games. It was really annoying. Copy and bring, yeah, and then forget to copy the game book so we were screwed anyway. Yeah, because you really needed the manuals a lot of the time in those days. Because games did not have tutorials and tooltips that explained what stuff was. Like now, you know, this game, you got tooltips that tell you what everything does.
Yeah.
You know, and I can pull up stuff like this and it'll tell me what the ability does. No, old school games, they didn't have all that. You just had a spell and it was called something and that was it. The game told you nothing about what any of your stuff did or how anything worked. You had to figure it all out yourself, or you had to actually read it in the manual. And games came with these big printed manuals back then. I remember some games, some like old RPGs and stuff, came with manuals that were like 100 pages thick. For real. It was kind of amazing. Now, though, they just include all the information within the game itself. You know, like this has all these information about the conditions and the, you know, what the stats do and everything. This actually has a pretty excellent amount. All the combat mechanics, how they work, what everything does. This actually has a pretty excellent amount of information within the game. It's pretty nice. Alright, meanwhile, what we have here. A group of notes speculate about the identity and location of a secret sect in Defiance Bay. Ooh, a secret sect. Really? Ooh. That's quite a
This won't
lock.
stop me for long.
I will take... Wait. Yeah, I will take this fine leather armor.
This won't stop me for long.
Potion of Merciless Gaze. A balloon and some silver. Ha! Mr. Investigator. Wonder what happened to the stuff in these things. I just came in here and stole that stuff right from under your nose, just like your cheese. I got your balloon. I got your... Put those away. I got your Potion of Merciless Gaze. Comes in a weird-shaped bottle. 15% of hits converted to crits for 60 seconds. That's pretty nice. That's a good DPS potion. Caster becomes able to see an enemy's weaknesses and vulnerabilities as though they were physically tangible, increasing the chance of landing a critical hit. I don't know. Nobody really has room in their quick slots for that right now. But she'll hold on to it, because she's kind of my main, I guess, core damage dealer in a way. Oh yeah, they would have secret codes and it'd be printed in the manual and it would tell you what page to turn to get it. Yeah, and it would block you if you didn't have it. Totally, I remember those. It would be like, go to page 17 in the manual, go to the third paragraph, read, and what is the 7th word in the third paragraph on page 17? And if you didn't have the manual, that was it. You were done. There was no getting past that point. That was awesome. And there was no internet at the time, so it wasn't like you could just, oh, I'll go online and look it up. No, you weren't looking it up. There was no internet. You had to, like, know somebody who had the game, who had the book or whatever. Like, get a physical, bootlegged copy of it or something, you know? It was awesome. What do we have going on back here? Cool looking floor. We've heard that. I notice you have a fine saber here, and I would really like to own it. Affixed to the wall are leads in a case involving apparently a caravan that disappeared en route to New Haomar. Which sounds like quite a whodunit. Okay. The thing is, what you need to understand is, I would really like to be the new owner of that fine saber. And you guys are kind of messing me up right now. How is she not getting unseen? What? Yeah, that was like the ultimate DRM back then. Because you could copy the games very easily. There was very little technology in place to prevent you from copying games. But if you didn't have the manual, or some games had like a code wheel. Remember the ones that had a code wheel? Where you had to like line up different things. You'd spin these different like tiers of the wheel around and line them up, and then it would give you a symbol or a code or something. It was awesome. I don't think this is working out, my stealth attempt here. Oh, I might be able to get it. I got it. Give me that fine saber. I got it before you saw me. Cool. I mean, I'm just gonna sell that, but still, it's worth 205 copper. What are they doing with it here? Nothing. It's just sitting on a rack. It's gonna be there forever if I don't take it and sell it. So, come on. Really, in a way, I'm doing them a favor. Don't really know how that works. In no possible way am I doing them a favor, but okay. Alright, it's time to talk to Curran, I think. Actually, I'm pretty sure I could get that book if I had that money. If I come around here, and I look at the dog just came dashing away around the... If I could just get her undetected, I could probably...
Hey, all right, then.
Sneak in there and loot that before I get detected. Let's see.
No problem.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Totally did it. Totally did it. What book is this? Oh, I already have. I've already read that. Super stealthy mode. These guys are the worst. I don't trust them to solve crimes or to, like, keep our nation safe with their intelligence gathering if they can't even stop me from coming right into their place and stealing their stuff. I am pretty sneaky. I mean, I do have this new footpads hood that makes me extra sneaky, which is nice, but... Okay. Now we talk to Curran. That's the priority. When you come into a new place, first thing you do is steal everything you can steal, and you talk to non-important characters, then you talk to important characters. That's just how you have to do these things in these games.
Hail and well met.
The Orland man is surrounded by books and scrolls. His wiry hair stands nearly on end, and his ears prick up as you approach. You carry whispers. Cadnua, Gilded Vale. Old voices indeed. Oh, cool. I've got a dialogue option because I'm a cipher. That's pretty rare. I haven't had very many, if any, that I can think of. Maybe once. I think I did with her, with Grieving Mother. I got a couple options because I was a cipher. You're a cipher like me, I'm guessing. He grins, revealing a row of dagger-pointed teeth. You guess what you must surely know. My own modest abilities suggest that yours are most formidable. Would be quite useful here, of all places. Is he trying to recruit me? You don't think you ever did finish King's Quest III, Shakes Fist? You know, there were so many of those games back in the day that I played so much of and never actually finished. Because I would get stuck on some part, and then I would get some other game, and I would never finish them. So I probably never finished King's Quest III either. His ears twitch downward. A pity, then, that my duties for Lady Webb require me to focus my talents elsewhere. He regards a table piled with scrolls. What brings you to Dunreed Row? Tell me more about your skills. Are we going to have a cipher duel? That'd be pretty sweet. I don't think we are. I check for soul connections, looking for lost things, missing things, or troublesome things, particularly where people of power and influence are concerned. I am a cipher. In Air Glanfath, we were once known as Brishalgwyn, Mind Hunters. Nice title, yes, but it wasn't until the Animancers began working with my kind 40 years ago that we truly understood our power. That's me. I'm a cipher. I'm a mind hunter. What's up? I hunt minds. Temo, I've never finished my cracked version of Cannon Fodder on Amiga. I don't even think I've heard of that game. Jen says it's funny, as long as there's been games, there's been cracks for them. That's true. That's as soon as there was games out there, people were learning how to pirate them in some way. The crack ruined my version. Last level was off to visible and invisible walls. That sucks. You and your Animancer love, damn it. Okay. Now we make some of the best detectives in the world. Really? Because I just came and stole this shit off this table right in front of you, and you didn't detect that. Unimpressed, sir. Tracing souls. We can look at a person and see where they have been. Have you seen where I've been in this building and all the stuff I've taken? I got your cheese. What do you think about that? Later, you're going to go looking for your cheese. You'll be like, oh, I'm going to have me some delicious... I'm going to make me a delicious quesadilla, say, for example. And you're going to be like, where is the cheese? Who ate the cheese? Let's investigate this. And I will be long gone, laughing at you. Or look at a weapon and see who has touched it. His nose twitches as he looks at you. Useful for solving crimes, as you can imagine. Farewell. Now, it looks as though you could use some help. It does look like you could use some help, because again, your anti-thievery measures here suck. Curran wags a clawed finger. Not at liberty to discuss my work, unfortunately. Don't read row ears only. A civilian would need the confidence of Lady Webb before I could share. So is this like a, do this one quest so that we kind of trust you, and then we'll give you another quest so that we really trust you, and then we'll give you the real quest? Is that what's going to happen here, sir? Because I've been down this road before. What are you so busy with? His small furry hands gesture expansively as the papers before him. Hollowborn, growing unrest, and the ever-present political intrigues. With so many missing souls, missing persons are the least of our concerns these days. There are a lot of missing souls. Somebody stole the soul. In Denmark, you had to get the cracked version if you wanted to play. It kind of sucked. Yeah, I bet it was very hard to get like American-made video games. Back in the 80s and early 90s, like in Europe or other parts of the world. They sound like evil mages. I have to love them. As they argued with me earlier when I was talking to the Antimatter, it is not magic. Their stuff is not magic, it's science. Although it sounds pretty much like magic to me. Okay. Farewell. Okay, so...
How do you do?
Curran's quick hands are busy with the mountain of scrolls before him. Hello again, my mysterious friend. Farewell. So, I can't get a quest from him right now. Apparently I need to find Lady Webb and talk to her. And, she must be upstairs. Upstairs is probably where the magic happens. So I think I've done everything on this lower floor. I've looked at all the things you could look at. I've talked to everybody. I've stolen all the stuff. That feels like success. Let's go up the stairs. Okay, then screw them. Yeah, screw them with their bull. You'd probably like the evil cult people that are like the main bad guys in this, which I really don't know anything about beyond watching them do this one fucked up looking ritual. But they seem like evil mages, so you'd probably like them. So here we are on the second floor, which has several rooms. Let's come over here. The notes are scribbled in a cryptic shorthand and just posted to the wall randomly. This place is pretty ornate. Hey, go away! I'm busy trying to loot a chest here, sir. Oh, we're not. I'm not detected. Well, no, I better just wait. I better just wait until because some of my characters were. She rarely deals with anyone personally, he says. Okay, go away. Go away. What do we got here? A morning star and some silver. Taking it. I think this place was converted to their headquarters. Because it's called Hadrit House, which means it was probably the home of Admeth Hadrit, the original ruler of Deerwood when they rebelled. The place looks all like strangely fancy and more like a mansion than like it was specifically built to house a government sort of agency. So probably like a lot of things in Europe, like a lot of places in London and stuff where it's been retrofitted to house something after the fact, but it was originally just like somebody's fancy-ass palace. No secrets in Defiance Bay, not while we're around. Of course there's not. Dunred Agent. Pictures of all manner of folk are pinned to this board alongside notes scribbled in an indecipherable shorthand. So this is their like... This is like their investigation board or whatever. Disappearances. If Lady Webb wants to see you, she'll send for you. But what if I want to see her, though? What about that particular case? Dunred Agent. A lot of pipe smoking that goes on around here. Oh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money right there. Okay, well, if they're not going to let me in to see her, I have a feeling that I can't even open this door if I want to, but if I try, probably, I don't know, it'll piss people off. Let's find out. Oh yeah, so I have to have the proper key to get in there. That's obviously where Lady Webb is. I can't do that yet. That means I must have to complete some other quest somewhere else. And then at times she will probably summon me, or I'll get some other directive telling me to come here. But can I manage to steal anything is the real question.
Eh?
That is my query.
No problem.
So let's see if I can sneak in here and take something. Like I did downstairs. Seems unlikely, but let's see if I can get to that before. Oh yeah, hey, nice. That's a lot of money. Because every single one of those golden swolls is worth 9, and there's 35 of them. So that's like 315. That's nice. That's quite a bit. That's more than I get from selling like a piece of fine gear. Can I get unhidden over here? By unhidden, I mean hidden. Can I get undetected, sir? Can I get undetected, please? I need whatever's on that table. I need it. I have important tasks to do, and it's going to require all of the money and other supplies, including cheese, that I can muster. So, gonna need whatever is in there. Gonna need it right now. Why do you have to walk all the way over there? Okay, that's fine. We still got it. That's a lot of money, too. Golden skellings. The golden Adira skelling, or shelling, is the equivalent of the deer wooden duke, equal in size and value. So, that's a lot of money, and a nice scroll. So the way it works is, you're stealthed, right? So there we go, I'm hidden. Well, once you have nothing in your... And as you get close to something that can detect you, the yellow circle starts filling up. Once the yellow circle fills up, that means they've sort of detected you. They haven't quite detected you, but they'll start investigating and looking for you, like if it's a hostile enemy. And then the red circle fills up, and usually that happens pretty fast. When the red circle is completely full, you are officially detected. You're not hidden at all. But until the red circle is completely full, you're actually still considered hidden. So you can steal stuff without them noticing, as long as the red circle is not completely full. Now this character's got pretty good stealth now. I have 7 stealth with my new +2 stealth hood, which is why I'm able to sneak in here and get this stuff before it fills up. If I brought in a character who had crappy stealth, you know, like Palagina, who I think only has 3, if I brought her in here and tried this shit, it would go a little differently. You see how fast her yellow circle filled up? There's no way she would ever get over here and loot this table before. See, it's already, the red circle's already full. So, that's how stealth works in this game.
Eh?
Glad I could explain that to approximately the 0 people who are interested to know that. Is there anything? Oh, I already stole from this. Okay. Is there anything else in here I can steal? Whatever that is. Don't know if I can actually get to that or not. And then to get the red circle to go away, I have to get somewhere where I'm far enough away from anybody who could detect me for it to reset back to... See, the red circle is not currently full, but it's also not going down because, you know... Oh, now it's full because that guy walked in. Probably nowhere I can get rid of my red circle, because now this guy can see me, to get completely hidden so that I can get over here. And what's on this shelf anyway? Oh, that's a lot of money. Oh my god. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Thanks for the follow, Timo. You're welcome. Every little bit helps. Hey, cool. I like everybody following everybody. Everybody. Probably playing Ori and the Blind Forest in the next little bit. So good. So how much of that have you played? It looked really fun from when I was watching Old Man Blue playing it. And I saw a little bit of somebody else playing it too. I don't remember who. But it looked really beautiful. What if I just go through here like do nothing to see, nothing to see. Oh, that guy has to be there right now? Come on. Not gonna happen, is it? Actually, I'm not detected. My stealth is really good now. So that is some fat stacks right there. Fat stacks looted. Thanks to stealth. I couldn't have done that without that new stealth hood. Okay, that's it. I don't think there's anything else I can steal here now. So, let's go. Did you see what people did to me with that game, Josiah? No, what did people do to you with that game? What did they do to you?
Good day to you.
Okay. Yeah, I can't do anything with Dunreed Row right now. Sad to say. Yeah, look at this scroll. That's a level 3 heal spell. Requires 6 lore. Who can use that? Well, he can. So can he. She can't. I can't either. So just Durance Arcana. Rivalry of Fire. The beginning is hella sad. They tricked me into going in blind and crying all over everything. It was a mess. Well, isn't that what you normally would have done if you were going to play the game? I mean, that does sound like a bummer. When the game is really sad. But I mean, like, that's what you would have done anyway, right? How did they trick you?
You work for the Dukes of the Valian Republics, huh?
Ah, for as long as they will allow.
Must be nice always knowing who you're supposed to serve.
Well, there are 5 of them, but even so, knowing who is easier than knowing how.
I love Pallegina. She might be my favorite party member. Although Grieving Mother's very intriguing as well. I haven't learned enough of her story to know, because she's real secretive.
What?
I still have a sort of a soft spot for Hobo Priest, though.
Huh?
Adair's nice. He has some good one-liners. Kana is a bit on the annoying side. But I haven't delved very far into his like personal storyline either yet, so we'll see.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Probably, but you had no time to brace yourself. It was fun though. What? Yeah. So you were like crying on stream and stuff, basically. That sounds excellent. That sounds like quality viewing. Quality viewing. I don't know what I'm doing with this Wodaka hood. A viewer bought it for me, actually. It was so nice. That's awesome. That is really cool. Well, you do a really great stream, so I wouldn't be surprised if you have loyal fans that want to buy you games and stuff. Alright, I guess it's time to go to the sanitarium. I've been putting it off. Yeah, we've talked to them. Is she still here? The one that I got permanently banned from the library? She's gone now. I thought maybe she'd be here and she'd get all pissy with me. Don't you dare ellipsis me, sir. I do not consider that acceptable. He doesn't care. He smoked his pipe. He ellipsises, guys. Ellipsises? One, ellipsis as a verb. Very questionable. Oh, look! It's the charming windows! Look at how charming these windows are. These charming windows are reinforced with iron bars and a double thickness of glass. Yes! The charm! The charm is overwhelming. Windows with iron bars on them to keep the crazy people from escaping is like the epitome of charm to me. How quaint. Shit is straight up piquant. If that's even how you pronounce that word. Like you were bawling on stream. Really? It was that sad, huh? Don't tell me why it's sad, because I actually would like to play that at some point. I'd like to be surprised, but it must have been pretty sad. Bawling. Yeah, it's B-A-W-L. I thought maybe you'd misspell that. The other way around is just like you were bawling on stream. Like you were just a straight baller. You had your bling, and you had your... you were just bawling. Like, I don't know. Okay. Let's go in here. You were like a shot caller. Ooh, quest updated. I like the floors in these places. They did a great job with all the different kinds of floors. They really did. Okay. So retrieve Helig's research from Modred's laboratory. This again is a horrible idea. Under no circumstances should I bring Helig of Thane his fucking grimoire back. It's like the worst thing you could possibly do, basically. But here I am, looking for it nonetheless. I've entered Brackenberry Sanitarium. According to Helig, Modred keeps everything of value in a trunk in his laboratory. He's given me a key to open it. Lol, ballin' with my homies. Yeah, exactly. By the way, I had a sci-fi story of mine come out yesterday. Let me know if you want to... Yeah, hell yeah, I want to read it. Came out in what? Like a magazine or published online or what? But yeah, I want to read it. Like a short story. I just read I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream by Harlan Ellison today. Somehow I had never read that story. And it's a great fucking short story, for real. I love all those old classic sci-fi writers and the stories they wrote. They were so powerful in a way that a lot of modern sci-fi writers don't seem to quite emulate. I don't know why that is, but classic sci-fi was awesome. You know, Asimov and Arthur C. Clarke and Heinlein and, you know, Philip K. Dick. I don't know what flash fic is. I know what slash fic is, but I assume this is not the same thing. Oh, cool. Wow. This looks good. Yeah, I'm definitely going to read this. I mean, I'm not going to read it, like, right at this moment. Unless you want me to read it aloud on my stream to everyone. That could probably be arranged. But, Fireside. Yeah, I haven't heard of it. They pay twice what most markets pay. Or really? Do they do a print publication as well, or just an online publication? I mean, I think a lot of people are moving away from print nowadays anyways. It's becoming increasingly irrelevant. So I wouldn't blame people for not doing print these days. I mean, personally, I don't think I would ever pay to subscribe to any print publication ever again, honestly. But I might theoretically pay to subscribe to an online publication. Oh, okay, so it's fewer than 1,000 words. Yeah, it did look pretty short. I just opened up the page and kind of scrolled down through it real quick. Sorry, I'm bugging. No, you're not bugging me. You're not bugging me. Not at all. I'm getting ready to do some ballin' on my stream. Do some ballin'.
Sure.
This floor is cool. Okay. So this is the sanitarium, and I gotta say, it looks really nice for a sanitarium. Does not really look like all institutional and fucked up like the mental health facilities that I've had the pleasure to be a guest at in my life. Sanitarium guard. I better quick save or something before I... There's a print one you can buy. Most people get e-subscriptions. Yeah. Cool. I don't read any short stories hardly anymore. I used to read short stories back a long time ago when I read a lot more in general. But I haven't read hardly any short stories in years. And that seems sad because whenever I do actually read one, I'm generally happy that I did. Sometimes we get in trouble in here. Sometimes we get people in here trying to make trouble for the Animancers. Yeah, I'm probably going to be one of those people, sir. I wouldn't mind being better armed. So what if it makes the clients a little nervous? So what? It's a sanitarium. You're supposed to be doing everything you can to... God damn it. Making them nervous is like the exact opposite of what the point of the place is. Never thought I'd be taking orders from a talking statue. Oh, really? That sounds intriguing. If you're here as a client, you'll want to be talking to an Animator, not me. Most are free now, actually. They just do Kickstarters or rely on donations. Ah, yeah. Ballin', yes. I'll be doing some ballin'. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Best be getting back to my watch. This song by Skilo from the... I guess it must have been sometime in the 90s. The table is set with an assortment of leaflets and booklets with titles like Practical Benefits of Animancy and Soul Adjustment for the Well-Adjusted Soul. What the fuck? Really? Like... mass market self-help animancy books? Like, okay. Ask your doctor if animancy is right for you. The head warden of the sanitarium is a statue. Quite remarkable. They say the worst of the patients are kept locked up below. The animancer straightens his robes and gives you a nod. Everlasting life. Imagine the possibilities. I heard that someone who was treated here came out twice as smart. We see quite a few Brackenbury locals for treatment. It helps fund our research. I wonder what all this equipment actually does. There's no equipment here, just pamphlets and very comfortable looking little divans and stuff to sit on. Okay, we've heard that before. The worst of the patients are locked up below. Why do I get the feeling I'm going to be killing agitated mental patients soon? Games always make me do that. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with this. These are my people. Hey, these books are free. Like, it's not a red hand. That means I can just take these and it's not considered stealing. I've already read the Nasatak poetry book. Of course, I'm going to take it anyway, because, come on. Verna. She has a name. Oh, she's got a yellow background, so that's a vibrant soul thing, memory. I already read this. Most Unfortunate Tale of Fabian Bernat. It's a part of a play. Read it. It's very Romeo and Juliet-esque, but with a weird sort of twist. It's a little bit bizarre and disturbing. Okay, alright, Verna, fine. Let's do this. Verna, in Latin, meant like a housebound slave. Back in the Roman days. Why do I know that? I don't know, but I do. As you near, you feel a vibrant history, of course. Another vibrant history. Let's reach out for the soul. Reading time. You sense a strange divide in this woman's soul, an unnatural boundary between two opposed wills. You see the woman pausing by a roadside to hand something to the driver of a stopped wagon. These herbs should help with his party's sickness, she tells him. He can find more along the road, easy to spot with their serrated leaves, but avoid the ones with the green berries. It's a different species. Toxic. He thanks her and offers her coin, but she waves him off, explaining that she is merely doing what her order asks of her. He nods, and she heads off down the road as he begins to hungrily consume the herb. You see the woman searching alongside the road now, the wagon just up the path, and you realize you have skipped backward in her memory. She sets eyes on a plant with serrated leaves and green berries. She picks several handfuls, tearing the berries off one by one and tossing them to the ground. She nudges them off the path into the brush quickly with her boot without looking down, as if to hide them from her own sight, before striding back toward the wagon, hands outstretched. Two opposed wills. So she's actually trying to help out, but this other part of her actually had her pick the poisonous ones, hide the berries, and then give the poisonous ones to the person. Okay. Well, I hate it when I have to poison people against my own will because of some opposing force within me.
Hello.
It's rough, you know? What can you do? Duality's a bitch. Oh, the head warden really is a literal statue. There it is. Huh. It's interesting. What's going on in this room? This man's soul was torn asunder by a biowick. As you can see, the patient is unresponsive, common after soul trauma. He looks. The animator places a small stone upon the patient's forehead. A portion of his soul was recovered near his body. We use this stone as a vessel for transfer. Can you hear me, Oswin? I don't think he can hear you. The patient's eyes slowly open before a panicked, wild expression watches over him. Unfortunately, the extended dissociation has permanent side effects. The patient becomes more agitated, grunting and moaning as he tugs at his bonds. Who hasn't been there? With further research, we're confident that we'll be able to rehabilitate patients like Oswin. Until then, we will just keep them locked up on fucked up medication, warehoused here, for months or years. Okay, these nobles are saying the same stuff. When I hit the ground with a loud bump, I'll be a bloody lump, but I will feel no pain, because I only have glory to gain. I gotta stop this 2 beers before bedtime. I'm not sure if you were quoting from a song there, or if part of that was a quote, and then the beers before bedtime thing was your own commentary, or if that's part of the quote as well. But, personally, I'm happy that you said what you said. Let's steal some books. And actually, not steal. Let's just take. Okay, I've read this one about St. Widewin Farmer Become God. The table is set with an assortment of... right. Soul adjustment for the... chicken soup for the Animancer's soul. Alright. So this patient is not in a good way. What do you have to say for yourself, Audmer? Nice robes. They're like my robes, except purpler. More purpley. They have more purplitude. You know what? Before I talk to him, I'm actually going to end this episode. It's about that time. So, thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity.